Hello? 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 Nice! It's working. What's up? How's it going? Perfect. I think I started the stream by myself, way ahead of schedule, but I'm gonna roll with it. Hey Josh, I'm streaming.
Why are you streaming?
Huh?
Why are you streaming?
Because Jess was here.
We don't start till 3:30.
My calendar said 3. And she was here, so I started.
Oh man, Danny. Hi. Yeah, I made the link available at 3 so everyone could get here and they wouldn't be waiting.
It's not timed, is it?
No.
So we could go for an hour and a half. I could just be the Josh and Dan show for half an hour.
I'm gonna sit back here.
All right.
And you also left the fan on. It's gotta sound like a lot of room noise.
Oh, that's whatever, you know.
Oh, Danny. Danny. Can you guys hear me okay? I don't even have the chat open on my screen yet.
Well, I mean,
you caught me in the bathroom. That's what I was doing.
Well,
Danny. Did you just show up and go, well, no one's here. I guess I'm starting.
Well, I saw Jess in the chat, and I was like, well, my calendar does say 3, and it's after 3.
I'm
Let's fire it up.
I'm almost dead certain we've had the conversation about it being at 3:30, and you thought it was at 3 multiple times.
Well, it needs to be changed in the calendar.
This is awesome. Okay, well, let me pull up the chat real quick so I'm not missing anything.
We got 4 whole viewers, so we're good.
4 whole viewers. Yeah, no, I even say in the post on Patreon that we won't start till 3:30. So, welcome to the pre-show, everybody. We officially haven't started yet.
Pre-show.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
We could have the Josh and Dan pre-show.
Josh and Dan pre-show. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm definitely not against that.
Oh.
Dan, how's life going, man?
It's good. It's good. How about you?
Super busy.
Oh, I bet.
So like
busy bee.
So for like Connect Group at church.
Yeah.
Well, this week I was supposed to like do like they gave us like homework.
Oh.
I know. Where like I was supposed to like read a verse every day from the Bible. Did you say I'm out? And then like go in depth on it and like see what I could discover like within the verse, like what it means in an application, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't do it at all. I didn't even like.
Did you cram last minute?
No, I haven't even crammed. I know. And right after this, I had dinner with my brother and sister-in-law, and then right after
the pastor.
No, not that one.
Oh.
That's my sister and brother-in-law.
Oh. This
is my brother and sister-in-law, Ricky.
You can cheat a little bit before the test?
I don't know. He said he was cramming. I've never done good with like take home work. You know? Whoops. I'm really curious what Reed's going to say about you starting us so early.
Oh, he'll be fine with it.
You think so?
Well, why not? It's the pre-show.
There might be like a quality control thing. But like
that's the pre-show.
I heard you talking to yourself and I thought, what did Dan do?
What did you do? What did Dan do? He started the stream early. Yeah. That's what Dan did.
So I set this.
We're live right now, Kels.
I'm not going to explain it again. I already explained it.
I wasn't planning on coming, but
it's the pre-show.
I'll come to the pre-show.
It's our first guest.
I'm on the Danny and Josh show.
Yeah.
Ooh, Kelsey, talk to us about your blog.
Oh, well, first of all, I have to tell my secret. Danny's my favorite sneak attack character.
He's not a character.
No, Danny is definitely a character.
IRL. IRL sneak attack character.
And that's the void I feel more than sneak attack is Danny.
We
How
could
many
hang
months
out
has it- how
outside of
many-
the podcast.
We did talk about that this week. I said I miss Danny, and
I was
he
like,
goes,
yeah.
"We can hang out with Danny," and I was like, "Yeah." The reason you
He was
came
like,
up.
"Ah."
The reason you came up, well, that was the next day, but the first day I said, let's go to a movie. Or he goes, let's go to a movie. Are there any good movies out? And I said, well, I really want to see Crazy Rich Asians. And he goes, we should invite Danny and Lindsay. And I went,
Story of my life.
I'm talking to the chat.
what do you want to know about my blog, Josh?
Tell us how it's going. Like, how are you enjoying like writing your thoughts?
Yeah, I really
getting
am.
feedback?
It's always like terrifying to put it out there. But yesterday I saw some people from the nonprofit organization that I volunteer with. I haven't seen them in a really long time. And I had like 4 people separately come up and say, I've been reading your blog. I love it so much. I wish I could write like you. So that feels really good because I don't feel like that very often. You know?
Nice.
So that was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is the nonprofit the group that you went to Wayne with?
Yeah. Launch.
You know Steve.
Dosky?
Yep.
Yeah. How do you
He's
know
a
Steve?
tenant of mine now.
Really?
Yeah.
He'll be a good tenant.
Seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
And if he gives you any trouble, you just tell Kelsey and she'll get right on it. She'll
Ask him about Southeast Cross Country 2000. I don't remember what it was, but he always talks about the glory years, like, and that's what he always talks about.
Nice.
Steve.
I'm making anime jokes in the chat right now with
Oh, Josh flexing that anime muscle.
You want to see my other anime muscle?
You're gonna break something.
It's only one of the 2 swords from I think Shiro is his name from Sword Art Online.
Huh.
It's one of my favorite series. At least the first part of it's one of my favorite.
And it's anime.
Totally anime. Yeah.
Found a new dice site,
Nice.
Kraken Dice.
Ooh, this is cool.
Are they cool?
Yeah.
So cool.
Yes.
How's
Hey.
Dice Envy gonna feel about it?
Dude,
I love Dice Envy too, but
I'm not
the
gonna lie.
more dice, the happier I am.
I found several different dice companies and several different D&D subscription boxes,
Mhm.
and I kind of want to reach out to all of them and be like, hey, can we, or will you guys sponsor us? Because like this is the kind of content I want to, you know what I mean?
Dice for everybody.
Dice for everybody. Dice for all.
Dice for all.
You never
Look
have
under
any-
your chair. Everyone gets a new set of dice today.
Yeah.
Look under your chair at home. New set of dice.
You get dice, and you get dice, and you get dice. The coupon code is SNEAK.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you the dice that I want from Kraken.
Yeah, they have this one set, the bone.
I can't believe that Josh started the stream.
I didn't.
What happened?
Dan started it early.
I was up here all by
I was in the
myself,
bathroom
Yeah.
and Dan
and
came up
Jess
here.
was in chat. The calendar says it starts at 3, so I started it.
Is that Reed?
Hey,
It's
Reed.
all Dan's fault, man. We've been live for like 10, 15 minutes.
Why? I'm doing a little pre-show.
You're doing a pre-show.
So I set everything up the way you asked.
Yeah.
So it went live to the Patreon at 3 o'clock.
So how did Dan ruin everything?
I
Because he
was-
shouldn't even have control of this.
I was in the
It
bathroom.
was right here.
He just went and hit the go live button on the screen because he saw.
Despite me telling you yesterday, 3:30.
It says 3 on the calendar.
I knew he was gonna be mad.
Despite me telling you 3:30 on Discord,
Mm.
not verbally. Face to
I
face.
don't remember.
I'm gonna sit with Josh. So
Dan goes. Oh, Reed will be fine. He won't mind at all.
Look at that. Not nice.
Oh, those are sweet.
I found a new dice website.
Oh, I've heard of them before. Those are sweet.
You gonna pull over a chair?
How's Patty Ice
Yeah, you
doing?
just sit like right here.
6 touchdowns.
I'll move over.
How many points you got in fantasy?
Over 40. Exactly. Like 39 to
Oh, gee.
We're still pre-showing, guys, so please don't send any questions yet.
Yeah, I'm ignoring you because the Chiefs game isn't over yet. 38.9 is where I'm at.
I need food.
How many
I haven't
yards?
eaten. Can I eat?
Not honestly a
Am I allowed
ton.
to eat?
Yeah.
Like 300 maybe.
Reed,
Just-
am I
Well,
allowed
I
to
guess
eat?
the first
Just
three
don't
were
like
pretty small.
eat close to the microphone.
I don't care. What?
The first
Am
3
I-
scores he had.
Yeah.
So yardage wise, were pretty small.
Oh yeah, he had like 3 touchdowns for 89 yards total. Like
Sorry, excuse me. Pardon me, sorry.
I almost didn't start Travis Kelce today. So I thought, well, I'm not sure if Patty Ice is going to use Travis.
That's really no. You always start Travis Kelce. There's never a situation where you don't start Travis Kelce. If we get one first down, it's game over. We're up 6 right now. 9-yard rush. I like that. Forces Pittsburgh to burn their timeouts.
Is it close?
We're up 6. So
Dan
I saw
Muffin
Ju-
said, "Go Big Red."
Yes. I saw Juju had a lot of points, so I
Yeah.
thought Pittsburgh probably caught up.
Are people upset about the Huskers right now?
I don't.
They've had a couple like pretty like disappointing games. I feel like At
Scott
least that's
Frost
what
has
people are
such a
telling me.
long leash
Yeah.
that
That-
people are
that's-
like, it's
he'll
fine.
figure it out.
Good. I'm so glad. I've been worried. Like it's a weird thing for me to feel worried about a dude who's making millions of dollars a year, but like
You're worried about a sport?
Scott Frost, because like this is his hometown. Like if
Actually, Wood River.
I was
is
gonna
his
say
hometown.
technically he's from Western Nebraska.
well, his is his place. You know what I mean? This is home.
Yeah.
He
So-
did go. He went to school in Omaha. He
I'm just saying like
played here.
yeah,
He did go to Stanford for 2 years.
he could if
What a
if,
scrub.
if we get super angry with him, I don't think he's gonna like living in Nebraska anymore.
He'll be all right.
The screen's so far away, I can't see it.
I know. I can't see any questions.
There's no questions yet. I'll be taking all questions.
Okay.
So
You're gonna be the moderator.
I'll moderate back here.
All
I
right.
haven't got a microphone.
I was
so-
gonna say they can hear you and all that.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome.
dude, what do you think of the
It looks great.
place?
It looks great.
It's getting better, man.
Yeah.
I'm,
Every
painting,
every day there's an improvement.
I'm painting the wood now, paint it white, and then I'm gonna distress it a little bit, make it look kind of vintage. And
Every day there's improvement.
Yeah.
Looks great, man.
I really want this to be like a good like studio space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where we can
It's
be
super
creative and
chill.
productive. Almost forgot that.
I was gonna say, do we even need that light or?
Or no. Oh, we'll use it. It gets a little bit better.
Nice.
Oh.
Well, that's not what you want.
I found the I don't know if you guys have heard me talk at all about the fact that I have all of the Voltron lions except I couldn't find the black
The
lion.
black one, yeah.
Kelsey found it the other day.
Oh yeah.
It's right over there with all my video games.
Do
And
they
all the-
combine
Yeah.
into the
Into
big?
a 15-inch Voltron. I know. I'm so stoked. I'm not doing it yet though. Maybe I'll live
They
stream it
can though.
on like maybe I'll Periscope it on Twitter.
They can combine.
Yeah.
Right now. Like you don't have to buy anything additional.
Nope, don't have to buy anything additional.
Why haven't you done this?
Because I want to save it. It has to be a good moment.
Well, what kind of moment cries put us together, Josh?
Now, should I
Make
do it
some
now in
of
front
the
of
noise out
everybody
of us.
in the next like 10 minutes before we get
Yeah.
started?
You should.
Form Voltron.
I'm curious if Voltron. There's so many like robot cartoons I remember
Yeah,
growing up
mechas. Yeah.
that I'm sure I've seen Voltron, but
Do you remember Megas XLR from Cartoon Network? That was a great cartoon. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sure it was not PC because
was there one with like two brothers that were in a band?
so they're not brothers and they're not in a band, but they're two bros who are always in the basement playing video games.
Yes.
And they would like connect their hands together like
Do
this.
they strum a guitar?
They would pretend to strum and you would hear a guitar, but like
Okay.
it's been breaking.
And then they become a
Then
robot.
they encounter an alien, female alien,
Mhm.
who is looking for a special robot, but the main dude, he somehow combined his car with the mega robot,
Okay.
and then he detailed out the mega robot and like redid all the like the mechanics and everything like that, so it all
Uh-huh.
works to video game controls. And so this alien girl lady
Do you
is
remember the name of this show?
Megas XLR.
That is the show? Like you and I are talking about the same show?
I'm pretty sure. Is this the one you think I'm talking? I mean, you could be thinking
What
of
color
something
is the robot?
blue and red a little bit with like fires like.
Can you pull
decals.
it up?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
I had these toys growing up. Lots of them.
Oh, dude, mech shows were a blast when I was a kid. You ever watch Gundam?
Maybe.
I really enjoyed Gundam Seed. That was a really fun one. Megas XLR was like Cartoon Network's like parody of like the mecha genre.
Was there a Transformers that was animals?
Yes, Beast Wars.
Yeah. I
Okay.
watched a lot of Beast Wars.
Okay, here's the robot and the 3 main characters.
No.
Is that not it?
No, the show I'm talking about was not animated. It was live action.
Oh, live action.
Yeah.
What? I don't know.
And not Power Rangers.
Yeah. And in Transformers Beast Wars, Optimus Prime. I mean, no, Optimus was Optimus Prime. He was or Optimus
Primal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a big gorilla.
Yep. And there's a jaguar.
There's a cheetah. Yeah. I can't remember what his name was. Cheetor or something like that. But
Cheetor.
then there was Rat Trap and Rhinox.
Well, the one that everyone knows is the dinosaur, the T-Rex, right? Like,
The Velociraptor dude.
wait, is this you talking Transformers?
Yeah.
No, his name was I don't remember. He's something stupid.
Dino. It was Dino something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But his dinosaur transformation was a Velociraptor,
There's a big T-Rex.
and that's Megatron. He didn't get any kind of a special name. He's just still Megatron.
What is going on? 4th and 6, 5 seconds left.
But yeah, that was super. I really
I
enjoyed
have to
that,
find
that
that
show.
show.
We got 5 minutes.
GG's, boys.
Got it?
GG's. Win in the books. First time we've won in Pittsburgh since I've been alive.
Wow, way to go,
way.
man.
86.
They could've done without your
way.
I
rating.
love that the way Josh said that. It made it sound like Reed did it.
1986 is the last time we won in Pittsburgh.
No
Wow,
way.
that's
They
big.
beat Pittsburgh at home?
Yeah,
What
today
am I
was at
thinking
home.
about?
The last time we beat Pittsburgh was in like 2015, so not that long.
They beat
Yeah,
just
but we've
not
at
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
That's crazy.
All right, if you guys want, you can go ahead and start sending me questions. I'll start compiling them. And I'm setting up a Google Doc so that I'm not going to miss any questions.
Oh man.
We'll start answering them and talking about the show and volume 2 and all that at 3:30. But if you've got questions, you can still hit me up.
I'm a little upset that you started it early, but however, I'm seeing possibilities here.
This isn't bad. The kind of chill.
I kind of
pre-show.
like the chill thing.
I know.
It's the
I was
pre-show.
thinking the exact same
Isn't
thing.
the whole purpose of the stream to be chill though?
That's true. I don't know.
What have you
Well,
people
you're
been doing
constantly
while I'm
fielding
gone?
We're gonna know.
questions
We're
in
gonna
the
know in
stream.
an hour. Like if we're like, oh, we ran out of like stuff to talk about.
Yeah, that's true.
Danny can always come up with stuff, right, Dan?
Oh yeah.
All the
I-
pressure's on you now.
I kind of don't mind like the fly on the wall. Like we're not actually paying attention to the stream. We're just kind of chilling out and waiting for it to start. I enjoy that a little bit.
This is what our lives are actually like.
It's true.
Danny and Rita often come over and just sit on the couch.
I meant to
All-
light
all
the
time.
candle. 'cause
Most
it's
of the
so
time they don't even know I'm here. I can light it. There's a lighter right here.
awesome.
So you did everything but light the candle.
Hi, chat.
You brought it up.
I did. It's because I
You
came
said
up.
you were going to.
I came upstairs after I was going to the bathroom, and I heard Danny already talking to the stream.
You know what's really awesome? The Steelers haven't won a game yet this season,
Oh,
but they
they
have.
don't have Le'Veon.
Oh, well, yeah, but they had a tie first game
That's right.
against your Brownies.
Oh.
My sister was in Brownies when she was a kid.
So was my sister. My sister almost burned down the troop base because she thought it'd be smart to light candles from the inside out. And so she was like lighting some birthday cake or something, a bunch of candles, and she started closest to her and then kept moving her way out, burnt her arm and like threw the lighter and it like caught a curtain on
Yikes.
fire, but they got it put out before like it got too bad. But like
Stacy or your other
that was Jesse.
Reed,
It
did
would
you
be
did you
Jesse,
see
wouldn't
did you see Mike Merle's big like Twitter I don't know what you call it, the
Thread.
thread where he talked about like the benefits of 5e over 3.5.
I saw your response to it, but I didn't see what he said.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff he goes into is really good.
What
Like,
are we painting?
Here's the one you're gonna like, Reed. The one.
Was it the one you retweeted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you read that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh man.
Yeah, I thought it was very on point, and I probably put into words the reasons why I prefer 5e or systems like it over anything else.
Yep.
And which is why I'm dedicated to creating my own system that is modeled after 5e.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things where I don't think you can have a D&D podcast without people, I don't know, being rules lawyers at you on the internet. But 5e definitely discourages rules lawyering like as much as any system has.
Yeah, for the creator to come out and say we made it intentionally ambiguous, I was like, that's on point.
And it says in the book that no matter what the DM says goes at the table.
Reed and Danny, I joined your Apple Watch family.
Oh, did you?
Nice.
Yeah, she's been slapping her wrist all week.
That's it. You just check it.
Every time I do it, I'm like, I'm Reed now.
Yeah, you just check it, slap it. Check it, slap it.
Last time I saw you,
yeah.
Did you have a gold one?
When did you see me?
Did you have a gold band?
No, it was the watch.
No, I wanted a gold watch, but
it's
I
always
find
been
it.
the gray.
I literally got it like last week, so I don't think you've seen me since I got it. I had a Garmin.
I need to add. How do I add you to my thing? Activity stuff.
Reminder to chat: if you do have a question, please type.
On my phone.
I think so.
All caps. Question.
All caps.
All caps.
Or just capital Q. You know what I mean?
3:30.
3:30. The stream has begun. Welcome everyone.
Mike.
Bring it on.
I'm behind the tower.
Welcome. Is Mike coming?
He said he was.
Okay. Because him and Dan kept going back and forth about.
He has 3 kids. I assume he's late to everything now.
Okay.
3 times as late.
All right. Muffin Man wants to know how much, if at all, we use D&D Beyond.
I don't.
Oh, that's a great question.
That is a good one.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so Dan's out.
Dude, there's a whole animated music video about it.
Yes. For those of you who don't know, I'm cluing in Dan. For those of you who don't know, D&D Beyond is like a web app thing for D&D that you can use to create characters, kind of create adventures, more like plan encounters.
Ooh.
It's got like the player's handbook and some other stuff, and like it's pretty stripped down. But it's got a lot of great tools and options and stuff like that in there. Me as a DM or as a player, I don't use it at all. I don't. I signed up for the beta.
I remember the beta.
But I got into the beta and I just never really it never really landed with me, so I just decided not to use it. Josh?
My brother's been using it exclusively to build his characters, and he swears by it. He says it's like the best resource.
Nice.
Is it what we used when we first played?
No, and so that's what I was really excited about. In 4th edition, they had this really awesome tool. I don't remember what it was called, but it was made by Wizards and it was all web-based, but you had to pay for it. It was like a premium tool.
You got to pay for D&D Beyond as well, I think.
Yeah, it's not nearly as much though. It was like $80 a year.
Yeah, we all pooled in for it.
Yeah, we all pooled our money for the 4th edition one. But 4th edition lets you like create custom monsters. You could take existing monsters and scale them up or down difficulty-wise.
That's really cool.
It was so awesome. You just there was a challenge rating for every monster. So you would take like a dragon. You could take like an adult gold dragon, which is one of the toughest monsters in the game. You could take that and put his challenge rating to 5, and it would scale his HP, his damage, all that stuff back accordingly because it was all just on an algorithm.
That's nice.
It was dope. And so
that is really nice.
I would take things. I'm like, I really like what this monster can do, but I don't want it to be a dragon, or I don't want it to be a lich, or I don't want it to be whatever. And so I'd just like take the stats of it, scale it up or down as needed, and then I'd call it whatever I wanted to.
I would love that feature.
But it doesn't exist. That was the best thing about that 4th edition tool, but it doesn't exist. So when I saw that it didn't exist in Beyond, I just was like, I'm not really that interested.
When I feel like the biggest disappointment for me was when I learned that D&D Beyond is basically like the books digitalized. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really what it is.
You're not getting a lot of like extra content, which is functionality.
It does save you time when you're creating a character, though.
It fills in a lot of the math for you.
Yeah.
Like it takes your proficiency bonus and just poops it into every stat, which is really great. But if they had those tools for 5th edition, even at a cost, I would pay for Beyond again, even with Volume 2, because I could still take most of the monsters like big alien creatures are going to face are going to be modeled after D&D enemies, so it would make sense to do that.
Just kind of reflavored.
Yeah, just again, like I know from playing D&D that I like these features, these attributes, so I'll just like take that, call it something else, have it describe it as something else, but it's just going to be, like a wiremling or wormling or wireburn or whatever those things are called.
Should we pretend that we started at 1:30 and act like we're just, or like 2:30 and we're getting ready to be done?
We can hear you.
Yeah. Hi, Mike. Hit him with a soft yeet.
Okay, so first of all, you're late. But the funny thing is, even if you were on time,
you'd still be
the stream had already started because Danny started it while Josh was in the
Toss me one of those. Toss me one of those.
Yeah, let's show these puppies off.
This is the mess up.
I know they are. We'll explain.
We'll ask.
A mess up.
A mess up?
Yes.
They're not really mess up.
They're kind of a mess up though.
All new prints?
The goof. It's the goof.
I've been curious because I
Those
haven't
are cool.
heard much about the prints.
Patreon, you saw them before Josh and I did.
Okay. So here's the thing with those prints. I know I showed you guys on the Patreon what the next print is going to be, and it's going to be dope. And so you know that they glow in the dark. The problem is that they misprinted them. So in the light, like with the lights on, you can see the white lines. You're not supposed to see those. So it's just supposed to be black with dots. And then when the lights are off, you see all the lines of the orbits and the cycles and stuff like that. So we got corrected versions coming, so they might get out a little later than we had hoped.
What are we gonna do with these guys?
Paper the walls.
We have 200 of them.
I was thinking maybe giveaways, but I don't know.
We'll keep them for now.
Firewood,
limited edition misprints,
goofs.
Ooh, the goofs.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
All right, we got
Glad to
a
be
question
here.
in from Kayla Stevens.
Hi, Kayla.
They have the same bedspread as us, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's them.
You can see their bedspread.
They're live streaming too.
Wait, is this like a?
No, so we took
Is this Skype?
I took a picture of Josh sleeping because he took a picture of me sleeping, and I posted it to Twitter. And I'm pretty sure it was Kayla, replied and was like, "Hey, we have the same bedspread as you." However, their room is much cleaner than ours.
So she's asking, can you lovely, lovely people, please, she likes retyping words. Please, give my husband a shout out for his birthday. It is Friday and he will be 28. He deserves the world, but this would be amazing for him.
Okay.
One, who is she talking to? There are no lovely people here.
That's correct.
I'm here. Excuse me. I'm here.
I'm that.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm
Reed, say what you're gonna say.
Well,
What's his name?
Yeah, like in what medium? I assume Twitter.
I mean, we could shout him out here too.
Yeah, I mean, if he's watching, then
Yeah.
I think the surprise is probably
Shout out
ruined.
to
But
Mr.
But we just know him
Stevens.
as Kayla's husband.
yeah,
That's what he should be referred to from now on.
He who is married to Kayla.
You are Kelsey's husband.
Uh-huh.
so
But that's great. I love that kind of stuff.
hit me up on Twitter or something if that's the way you want it. Or email. You can email me mail at sneakpodcast.com. If you have a different method you prefer, although I don't know how impactful it will be if it's not Twitter or
DM us and we'll send him a goof for his birthday.
send him a goof.
He done goof.
But you just have to pay for shipping handling.
His name is Ben.
All right, Ben.
Ben
Stevens.
Happy birthday, Ben.
On
That-
Friday.
On
when you turn
Friday.
28.
That dude
28.
has like the perfect name for a secret agent.
I know.
Secret
You know what I mean?
agent.
Like John Smith and Ben Stevens.
Ben Stevens. That's real enough sounding to like not raise eyebrows though.
I know. So, Secret Agent Ben Stevens will be receiving a private communique from
That's right. A dossier
from
full
the
of full of,
mother.
That will self-destruct.
full
along
of,
with
full
the
of
map.
instructions.
If he should choose to accept.
Dang, dog, you got NBA Street over there?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
NBA
that's his only
That game's boss.
sport.
That game collection is like my pride and joy. It's all older stuff that I really, not all, but I like playing. Some of it's Ricky's, but like
You got some good games in
I
there.
like that stuff.
You got some good games.
Is that the extent of your sports experience? Ignore me. Okay, cool.
That's the extent of my sports experience. That and like Madden on the.
I only play on the street.
Yeah.
Only on the street.
Street rules.
No, that was a fun game because you could start your basketball on fire if you were good.
Second roll.
Like NBA Jam.
Did it have big head codes as well?
Oh yeah, they had all the wacky
Yeah.
stuff. Like infinite, whatever that thing you use to like spend your meter.
Could you make your own character as well?
I don't know about that.
I can't remember.
I did play a lot of NBA Street though.
I remember Dynasty Warriors 5. You can make your own Dynasty Warrior. That was fun.
That's totally different.
I always made my guy with the big sword.
Hey, can we acknowledge the fact that this is the first time all 5 of us have been together for
Yeah,
a stream and like
Kelsey.
Probably it's probably almost been a year.
probably
I'm sorry that I do all of the housework around the
Dude,
house.
First of all,
I mean,
like,
we are in your house.
You're welcome.
No, I think between like myself, Mike, and Kelsey, yeah, like we've missed quite a few lately. And
There was one time that it was just me, Mike, and Josh.
Yeah.
Remember we played games and
Yeah,
then
that
Josh
was fun.
showed
Oh,
me
yeah.
chasing the dog around the yard. Thanks, Josh.
last month was just the Danny and Josh show.
yep,
Ooh.
I
So
wa-
was the pre-show today.
I started watching that and I go, I can't watch
Too
it.
cringe? Too cringe?
I had to shut it off.
Dude, then Christmas stream was me and Mike.
Oh,
Yeah, because Tiff and I were going to Omaha.
Yep.
We were driving. I was watching and
Oh,
chatting at you guys while I was
yeah.
driving,
We were throwing
That was
shade.
kinda
which is not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Any other questions come in?
Yes. One from Muffin Man again.
Muffin Man.
He got a
Man.
tattoo of the Muffin Man on his arm. Did you see that?
Gumdrop Muffin.
Buttons.
While medieval era combat has lots of swords and other martial weapons, how are you going to translate this to something futuristic where it feels most weapons would be ranged,
Excellent. Man,
lasers, etc.?
man, what an excellent question, Muffin Man. So I had
Yes,
to
we do know the Muffin Man.
I had to really like branch out. This was a difficult challenge for me to overcome because that your train of thought is exactly dead on. So I had to really dive deep into some hardcore obscure sci-fi to find some existing franchises that used futuristic weapons as like futuristic melee weapons. Just kidding. Star Wars has lightsabers. So that's kind of the inspiration I took, is just like Star Wars. They're not made of pure light. Melee weapons exist. Like you have maces, you have flails, you have swords, you have hammers, just for Josh. You have all the classic D&D medieval martial weapons, but they're all like infused with like light energy. So there's like a solid end and also just like a light blade end on almost all of them. So
That can cut through anything.
yeah, so it'll like it can like cut through solid objects and stuff like that. So
Dude, I have one goal weapon wise.
I know.
Volume 2.
I know.
So it has nothing to do with melee weapons.
Yeah, but yeah, that's an excellent point. I did actually have to like figure out that was one of the toughest things I had to figure out mechanically, is to figure in a world where everything like guns seem like the predominant way to kill someone. Why would anyone use a melee weapon? So I think we probably got to that, got the answer and like landed at a sweet spot. But I think ultimately it'll come down to whether or not like flavor the character or the player just wants to use this weapon over a certain one.
Yeah.
So
Ellen has a great suggestion. Just add the word space to the beginning of all objects.
I know the space hammer.
So-
I did consider calling the currency space bucks.
I would like
It needs to be space bugs.
leather armor.
Reed, are there computers?
Yeah, the
So-
whole world's a computer.
So is it the space bar?
It's the space bar. Yeah.
The space bar that you can access on the computer in the
Kelsey,
space
Yeah.
bar.
I'm so proud of myself.
Oh,
That's a good question though.
Then someone pulls out just like a regular weapon and says, "Here's my space gun," and they're like, "Ah, it's just a regular gun."
But they're using it in space so therefore it is a space gun.
Yep.
Oh, Josh.
Dude, I listened to an old episode this week
of Sneak.
from volume 1.
Oh.
Yeah. Because someone was posting about the proboscis moment,
Oh, I saw that.
and I had to go back and listen.
That
to it.
moment's super funny.
Oh my gosh. Episode 77 starts at about 49 minutes in. And it's, to me, like the following 15 minutes is like a perfect example of what made that campaign so much fun.
Oh yeah.
You got Danny saying random stuff that no one's expecting. You got Mike making some of the top shelf commentary, and
Top tier banter.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow.
I'm making dumb choices, bluntly, and Kelsey makes a perfect meme reference, all wonderfully DM'd by Reed.
What meme reference did I make?
The mannequin challenge.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I will say that produced my finest art piece. Hey, can that be our print next time?
Ooh, that's true.
Oh, we should just
what-
ask that guy.
What was his name? Ronald?
Yeah, Ronald.
Ronald the Proboscis monster?
Yeah.
We have a whole
That-
collection of.
That was the
these
very
monsters.
beginning of the Death Marrow stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Penn's
Manor? Yeah.
That was our second fight in Penn's.
Yeah. Interesting.
I think we need to make your Windows Paint rendition of us one of our prints.
Gosh, no.
That won't translate.
I deleted it. Mike's just like, that's not gonna fly. I
Not on
deleted it.
brand.
I'm like, here
Not
you
on
go,
brand.
print this.
I'd like to say,
And they're like, no. It'll break our printer if that goes in there.
No,
See, Reed,
too
you notice
detailed.
you notice how Mike didn't say anything about Kelsey's art? But
I know. I know.
It's because he liked that 6-pack or 8-pack or whatever I gave
Yeah,
him.
Strong.
It's just
real strong.
it's real swole.
So,
All right, we got another question from Alyssa. Will you guys ever open a shop or sell Sneak Attack merch?
A pop-up shop?
And if you do,
brick and mortar?
will previous shirts be available again?
No. Just kidding. They might.
I was stupid, and I don't think she meant to say pissed. The final Sneak Attack shirt.
Oh, yeah, I think she said
No.
missed. Although
I'm
he
pissed
and
I
M are
missed
not
it.
close together on the keyboard, so I'm not sure.
Are you pissed you missed it? Or you just missed it? Or you just
Or
pissed?
you just pissed on it?
Just took it and pissed on it. She's
She
like,
ruined the
Pissed, but
shirt.
final
this shirt's
shirt.
garbage. That's what I think of this shirt.
Oh, yes.
God.
I'm gonna piss on
Take
it.
a leak on it.
So I think of this.
Territorial. My dog does that too.
Oh man, Alyssa, I'm sorry.
Uh,
It's partially funny because she's one of our most devoted fans.
I know. That tells you how bad that last shirt was.
She's like, these are just words.
Where's my art?
Where's the art?
No,
Someone got lazy here.
we really phoned that one in, guys. You saw through.
I
the
literally
words.
phoned it in. I was like, just put these words on the t-shirt and print it.
You
I was
sent
like,
over a
I
Word
was like,
document.
You just copy
Milo,
and paste it.
drop it down. Enter.
Yeah, page
Great.
break.
Enter.
It would have been funnier
Put
if
the
you had
logo on
misspelled
there.
one of the names, like Greg. I mean, spelled Greg correctly
Yeah.
for
Ooh.
once.
Or just put Gary.
Ooh.
Fat Gary.
Fat Gary.
Should have said Gary.
Oh my gosh.
But no, to answer your actual question, TBD. I think there are things kind of brewing that could allow for that. It just depends on whether or not we want to take that investment.
Yeah.
But I think it's possible. It's something we're talking about actively, but just not. We haven't really landed on a decision yet.
Do you guys want another shirt?
Yeah. Do you want the old the original OG shirt back or?
I think tons of people want the classic OG red shirt, white logo.
Can I get one that just says Fat Gary on it?
Yes.
I think there have been tons of requests for other shirts. The oldest request for a shirt that we've ever gotten.
You want a noodle?
Yes. Do you want the noodle?
No, actually.
There was a request for "Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?"
That's the one.
Yeah.
That was our first where we started getting fan art going
People-
please,
I'd wear that shirt.
People actually did say they
A bear
did,
with-
they sent me the bear with the goopy
Goop-
paws.
goopy paws.
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? And no one would get it.
I think if we designed it
what's so great about
stylized
it.
wise, it could look really cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get on that, Mike.
I want one that says
Done.
Saturn's Tavern too.
Oh.
I want you to design a logo for
That would be
Saturn's.
cool. I would love to see, and not necessarily just from you, Mike or
No,
Dan,
Mike,
but
you're doing
I would
all
love to
this.
see people make logos or storefronts for all these fake shop names I came up with. I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah, all
Design.
the shop names. We put so much work into that.
Yeah, the Motion of the Potion, the Saturn's Tavern,
You could
What was
make
the-
one-off, really
Tomes-
random.
Tome Raiders.
Tome
yeah.
Raiders.
What was the Lin-Manuel Miranda shop?
It was Jim Samwell's Veranda.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That needs to be like a hat. Like a
I'm
painter's hat.
still kind of sad I didn't just bust out the song at the
Yeah,
moment,
I'm kind of mad you didn't.
but it's okay. It's it's now that one's just for Daddy. That was just for me.
I sang it to
I
myself.
actually sang it to myself in the car on the way to.
Yeah.
I gotta get this right.
I was just I want to be able to get it right the first time and not have to stop and redo it a bunch of times.
Are we making any con appearances anytime soon?
Excuse me. Bless me.
Well, Josh.
Yeah, you
I'll
want to talk about you?
I'll be going to the PatreCon.
Yeah.
Which is the Patreon convention for creators. So if any of you guys are creators out there and you want to connect, go to PatreCon in November. So that's excited. I'm excited about that.
That's
gonna be really fun.
Really fun networking opportunity.
I already connected with another D&D podcast DM about getting together and hanging out while we're both at PatreCon. So trying to.
I'm so mad you're
Connect
going
with some
to
other
go to
people.
California before me.
Yeah. Then LA. That's terrifying.
Oh, LA's super chill, dude.
Is it really?
Oh, dude, yeah. Like it's like you remember New York, how crazy it was.
Oh,
It's the total opposite of that.
really?
It's super spread out. Everyone's super chill there. It's super easy to find parking most of the time.
Okay.
Like Tiff and I went to LA for like a little like mini vacation after a work event in the area, and we rented a car and got an Airbnb, which was like in the neighborhood, like kind of densely packed in West Hollywood. It was just like super chill. Like no one, it's the exact opposite of New York. I promise.
Right on. Okay.
Traffic can be kind of a pain, but if you're not driving, it's not a big deal.
I'm used to being like the dude on trips who's just along for the ride. You know what I mean? I never really do. I don't get stressed, so I don't really care to like manage the travel, and I don't care about it as much as everybody else. And so that I'm going by myself, it's like I got to make sure all the things are happening when they're supposed to happen. Is a little bit like.
Are you a child?
Well,
a little bit.
It's really just like the flights.
Have you met him?
It's the flights. If you can get that, then you're fine.
Yeah. No, I'm sure I'll be all right. I made it.
Dad told me where to go.
I took a trip to Arizona.
I got this note.
This year.
Yeah.
So
Hello, my name is Josh.
I got a note.
Do you
Hello.
need
He
someone?
just has his boarding pass around his neck like a lanyard. I was told to
Big
give you
highlighter
this.
numbers on them.
I might have
One.
to do that. I might have to do that and take some pictures. Question: have you guys ever looked into Zazzle? It's similar to Redbubble.
Oh, I love Redbubble.
We've looked at Redbubble. I've not heard of Zazzle, but I know about Redbubble.
For like a very
Is it
similar platform
Zazzy?
with like different
What is
like
it? What's Redbubble?
it's
You
like
can submit your
miscellaneous
art and
merchandise.
then get it
Yeah.
printed on miscellaneous merchandise. I use it for stickers. I like stickers.
Yep, I've seen a lot of people use it for stickers, some T-shirts, some like vinyls, and some what are those pins?
Enamels?
Yeah, like the enamel pin stuff. Yeah, so stuff like that.
real quick on the con thing. If there's any cons you want to see us at, let us know. Like hit us up.
BlizzCon.
Be like,
Yeah.
hey.
Hey, if someone wants to send me and Reed a ticket to BlizzCon, we will go.
I will bite the bullet and go to Anaheim. I'm just saying.
we will go,
Yeah.
and
we will
we'll
go
see you guys there.
and just watch everything
Yeah.
and not.
If
Just
I'm
saying.
not going to tweet.
The only con Mike will go to.
BlizzCon.
Just
I will
guys,
go to BlizzCon.
sorry. If you want to meet
nothing
him,
else.
you got to send him to
Yeah,
BlizzCon.
I'm just that's possible. You know, that's an option.
That's an option for everybody out there. So
That there are people that are listening that might
I know.
literally buy you guys tickets.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
And me and Reed will go. I've already taken off work that day.
Yeah,
so.
me too. On the real though, I think two that I'm interested in going to would be Gen Con and Dragon Con.
Yeah.
It really just like it has to make sense though. Like from not only a logistics standpoint of like getting myself or multiple people there, but also like what is the agenda, what's the objective, what's the priority. If it's just a fan meetup, then that's I mean, like as much as I would love that, that's probably not in our best interest.
It's a lot of travel and a lot of money.
Exactly. But if there's some networking opportunities or promotional opportunities or anything like that, then obviously we'd consider it. It really just like it has to just make sense because like we all live really busy lives, and this is getting away just one of us is really hard.
Mhm.
So trying to like coordinate a group or more than one person for something like that where it would be
Right.
our own investment would just be really tough.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but just
Yeah.
tough.
I think it'd be fun to do some Nebraska meetups. But
Yeah.
that's like just for anybody who's in the Midwest wants to come. hang
No,
out.
if you
There's
want to come from the
Nebraska,
coast,
isn't it?
Anime Nebraska.
Yeah.
Happens every year.
Yeah, we got to reach out to them.
That's
Um,
actually a pretty big deal in terms
it
of
is.
Midwest
Yeah,
conventions.
It is.
Yeah,
They get some
it's-
really big.
It seems like it's getting
Names
bigger
there.
every year.
Yep.
Is that Omaha?
Yeah,
think
it's
so.
in Omaha.
Maybe
It's been going for like 15 years.
Maybe we go.
Where's that at? Like at a McDonald's or something?
I think the airport McDonald's. Yeah.
Okay. It's a lot of space there.
Next question. How are you feeling now that you got a race and a class out there?
I feel good, man.
That's good.
So I broke my own rule, and I went to the Sneak Podcast subreddit. Oh no! After it came out, it was very positive. It was a good experience. I'm still not going back. But I saw someone post in the subreddit like, "Hey, I just saw like the preview of the Brax and the Templar and everything like that. Where did they find the art? Like, is it? I assume it's just something you found online or something like that."
Tricks on you.
And I was like, "That's the best thing I've ever heard. The fact that what we put out there was so good looking that you guys thought we got it from somewhere else." Because that art was all completely done by an artist we paid, who we know. I actually just saw him today and gave him a hug. His name is Adam Kovar. You can follow him at Adam Kovar Art on Twitter. The layout, which looked awesome, was all done by Mike.
Oh yeah, this is Adam. We used to work together, and so
He drew that for Josh.
when he left, he drew us.
I bet you can't tell which one's Josh.
It's the one
Yeah.
with the glasses.
Yeah.
And of course I provided the copy for it. So yeah, like we found a rhythm between Mike, myself, and Adam. Found a rhythm for what's going to work for future months. I know we really wanted to get the Brax Templar out in August. We were just a couple days late, but the next one is actually going to come out this September, like this month. So you're getting kind of like a double dose this month, but it's to make up because we missed last month. Should I tell them what it is? Yeah, it's the Human Engineer.
Woo!
I'm very excited about it. The Engineer is probably the class I'm most excited to see people play. Which there may be someone in this room who's already considering playing an Engineer. No spoilers.
It's not me.
It's Josh. He's gonna play all the characters.
I'm gonna be a Brax. I'm gonna multi-class Brax Templar Engineer.
Great. No multi-classing. Because I just don't want to think about it.
Also, you have to be a human.
Yeah. So Human Engineer. It's gonna be really, really fun. I've already seen the first sketch for it. It's exactly like on the same path and in that same style, and it's right in the vein we're looking for. So be looking forward to that probably in the next 7 to 10 days. Definitely before the end of the month. And yeah, it's been really reaffirming to see the response to it. And also just to get something out there. Because again, September, the last episode we officially put out was in June. So we're already 2 full calendar months through without any like new recordings. And so it's just been kind of like rattling my brain of preparation and writing and creating and planning and all this stuff without you guys seeing any of the results for it. So it's really liberating to get stuff out there. It's really encouraging to see your feedback to it. And I can't wait, man. It encourages me to keep going, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Awesome. That's awesome. Alyssa in here is saying she can't wait to see the Tiny Race.
Tiny Race. That I don't know when that one's going to come out, but it's planned. It's on the docket.
Are you at the point now where you're writing story stuff? You still working on mechanics?
I'm still working on mechanics. I'm almost completely done with the augment system. And so now after that, I'm moving on to like consumables and one-time use items, like wearables and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I'm writing big picture outline stuff as I'm going, like, because I'm constantly just rattling the story around in my head to as I'm working on other stuff. So if I come up with a good idea or something that sounds intriguing to me, I'll jot it down, add it to my outline. But for the most part right now, it's still just mechanics.
Cool.
But I feel like I'm in such a good place story-wise, like big picture-wise, that the thing that'll take me longest once the mechanics are done is the world, like universe building.
Yeah.
And then like we are almost ready to hit record because I know where everything's tracking already.
Okay. And they may have missed this at the beginning, but Cass is wondering if the prints will be going out within September.
Yeah. Oh, I would imagine so because we're getting them this week, right? The
And-
revised ones.
She's saying how she has to drop down to 15 in October, which is fine.
Yeah.
When we get ready to print, we look at who's been backing at the print level for the last 3 months.
Yeah.
So
Any of the last 3 months.
yep. So even if you were only backing during one of those months, you're getting the print. So
Yep.
no worries. Good question. So waiting on more questions. So guys, feel free to.
Oh, that was it. Okay, I thought
Yeah.
I saw another one come in.
No, they're just chatting. We got a great chat. They like talking to each other.
Good, so we can leave.
And
Yeah,
I will say-
you guys run the show.
I did skip a question that Happy asked because I don't know that it's appropriate to ask.
Shocker,
Happy.
big shock.
So,
You can ask it.
Danny,
Of course.
No, he will not take his shirt off,
No, please don't.
or maybe
do
he will.
you have grandparents?
That's a good question.
That is an interesting question.
What are they like?
He's
Um,
rewording everything,
I
just to be clear.
Tell us about your grandparents.
well, all my grandparents are dead, so
Thanks, Happy.
yeah. Thanks.
Not so happy anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contradictory to your name.
Thanks for that one.
Everyone in the chat's like, quick type of question so we don't talk about it anymore.
You're the worst.
Question coming in. I am only up to the players heading to the Pearl, but I was curious if you have released a list of all 100 amulet powers.
That's a
I
good question.
thought about that for a long time, went back and forth for quite a bit, but I ultimately decided to keep that one to myself for a variety of reasons, but ultimately I just thought that it was something I wanted to kind of keep at the table. I don't know.
There's something. Okay, I've been thinking about this a lot the last month, but when we launched Sneak Attack without planning for like it getting as successful as it did.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we did not look at that game as a product to be developed and monetized. You know what I mean? Like and handed out to everybody. So it's interesting to me how like looking back, like now that we're prepping volume 2, we're looking at it as a product a little bit more and going, how can we prep this for consumers, or you know what I mean, or an audience to take and to do something with. So it's just it's a totally different approach. I think one of the we get asked all the time about, is there going to be a volume 1 world book? Is there going to be volume 1 this kind of thing, this merch or that product? And so I think it's important to remember that we never approached that campaign looking at it through that lens, you know.
Yeah.
At least I don't think we did.
Yeah, it was just people having fun at the table.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know I don't know if we'll ever go back and like turn that stuff into turn what happened in volume 1 into products. But like but I think it still stands as a really great show.
Yeah, and I think, Kelsey, how many did we get through that you had documented? I mean, like at least 30 to 40, right?
I have no clue.
I mean, it's a lot, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can probably easily cultivate a third to almost half of all of the amulet effects just by listening to the episodes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be surprised if we got 1 or 2 listeners in the chat right now who already have like lists.
oh yeah, I'm sure that list exists somewhere.
Mhm.
So I always just encourage people, like, whatever gaps there are in like the story or anything like that, just like fill them in. You know, if you for your game want like a random effect table for 100 different things, take what I got and add to it, or delete everything I did and make your own. Like, go crazy, man.
Yeah.
A lot of that list that I made is just like about half is like carryover from 4th edition stuff from the game all of us except Kelsey played in before we did the podcast. And so I had to take a lot of that and retool it to be 5th edition friendly anyways. So like there's nothing to say you can't just take what you heard and just like totally expand or destroy it, build off of it, whatever you want to do.
Cass is wondering, will we ever get to see Kelsey's notes?
Oh,
She took tons of notes.
yeah, she did.
And she even like has
No,
them all
I
like
didn't.
titled with each episode.
If I release my notes, you people would be sorely disappointed. It's not great. Everybody thinks I'm this amazing note keeper, but there were a couple episodes where I wrote nothing, and there was one
Well-
where I said, Please get me out of this episode.
Yeah.
I hate this.
I think you're undervaluing the fun of your
Something like
commentary.
that.
And I also feel like you're devaluing the fact, like comparing to all other D&D players worldwide.
Oh yeah.
Your level of note taking is like top 1%.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So you're looking at it from just your own like note taking abilities, which is not how you should be viewing that, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I think based on what you were able to curate is remarkable.
The only reason I was able to play with any level of continuity is because I would edit the episodes. So like I just re-listened to everything that happened.
And Josh is actually the biggest sneak attack fan in the world.
I'm a really big Sneak Attack fan. I don't know that I'm the biggest in the world anymore because we got some really big fans, but I'm a big one for sure.
I think you're the biggest one.
That's it for questions
Okay.
right now. So waiting for some more to come in.
I had a question for you guys that I wanted to know, and I don't know how I'm supposed to feed the answers. Josh probably feed them to me. But like, I want to know what your guys' general response has been to this downtime.
That's a great question.
Like we're being really. Oh, and also Dan's nudes.
Mm.
I want to know what you thought of that. If you saw them.
He's so committed to renaming that show.
I know he is, and you're welcome for not calling it Dan's Nudes Episode 1. But I want to. I kind of want to know like how you guys are feeling this is going, from a content release schedule on Patreon. Obviously, if we could release it tomorrow, like Volume 2 tomorrow, we would, but we're just not there yet. So I want you guys. I want your guys' feedback on how things are going from your end, because we obviously don't want to feel like you're forgotten about, because you're definitely not. But obviously there's less content to release each month than there was when we were making the show week to week. So anywho, that's my question to you guys. I'll take my answer off air. Just kidding. This isn't a call show.
People love Dan's nudes.
They really do. They love his show.
I thought episode 1 was A+.
Super. It was super fun.
Yeah.
His wife isn't particularly happy about it, but
No.
Is it just because of the title?
I mean,
Dude.
she said I thought those were my nudes. So I said,
Wow.
I'm just joking.
I shared them with the
Wow.
world now.
No,
Nudes
literally.
are on the internet.
Here's my favorite thing.
Tumblr's rejoice.
Tumblr's rejoice. Gosh, here's my favorite thing about Cooking with Dan episode 1 is literally when I got it sent to me, I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know if he was gonna go like super wacky, super like, but he took it so seriously,
So professional.
and it was like so refreshing. And not to say like it would have been better or worse any other way, but just like I literally had no idea. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm interested in this because of what it is, not because it's Dan. And like not be like I'm actually interested in it because it's so just like professional and well done, and like the angles and like you had all your ingredients segment. I was like, this is super legit. And
Nice.
that's why I saw. I was like, I literally wouldn't change a thing. So I was very happy.
I have been very impressed at like where our show has stayed in the charts without posting news content for like several months. We were still, when I checked yesterday, this may have changed.
again, biggest sneak attack fan.
I'm like,
In the
I'm just
world.
an analytic nerd. I love that stuff. So when I checked yesterday, we were still in the top 200 on games and hobbies.
Mm.
And so I would have expected us to drop off, you know what I mean, within the first month. But the fact that we were still, I think we were like number like 98 or like 198 or something like that. We were right on the edge. And so but yeah.
We still get a lot of tweets and stuff like that, and emails from people who are like still going through it for the first time
Just
too.
finding it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really cool to see that, and that's obviously the most challenging part about this podcast, like serialized medium, is much like with anything, you start at the beginning, you work your way through. The fact that we went for 3 years without a break just kind of gives the impression to someone who's catching up and wasn't with us from the beginning that it's just this ongoing thing that will never end. And so I think there's almost a strange disconnect of our fan base right now, which is like some people who are experiencing it for the first time and are like everything they're listening to, they're hearing for the first time and they think is new and exciting for them. But also this entirely segmented fan base who's already been through everything multiple times and is just dying for new content. And so I think that's been another challenge too, with kind of trying to think up how we release volume 2 and what our structure is for the series as a whole. And I think that's what ultimately led me, and I think the rest of the group, to this idea of like volume 2 but different seasons. Is that, no one ever gets confused watching a TV show like Breaking Bad or Lost, like, oh man, like, why aren't there new episodes? Well, we know why there are no new episodes. We're in a season break right now. Like, it's very clearly defined. And I think that's probably a challenge that we need to address for volume 2, is this idea of listeners jumping in, way after the fact, but ultimately everyone knows what the pace of the show is and what to expect for the pace of the show, rather than just like, they're gonna go forever and you'll find all 5 of them like hanging in their closets one day because they just couldn't. 5 years of nothing but D&D was too much for them.
We got to get in the same nursing home.
Yeah. So like, I think just creating a lot more intentionality. That's ultimately the word I'm getting at now, is figuring out the intentionality of everything for volume 2 will help create a more unified fan base, so everyone knows
I tell you
what the expectation is.
we broke over 1,000 5-star reviews while on break.
Yeah.
It feels so bizarre to
Yeah.
me that we're still getting feedback like that. New people are finding us. People are still getting engaged. So I think it's one of those things where we went so hard for 3 years, and a lot of shows that have been out for just as long as us don't even have half that yet.
Yeah.
And so we output so much. I think there's plenty of content there to hang us over, for a couple months. Got some feedback, Reed.
Oh, cool.
Ellen says the downtime isn't fun, but it's okay because y'all need it. Take your time, fam. And then she says later, I low-key started the Adventure Zone last weekend because I missed having new stuff. I kind of feel like I'm cheating.
No, Adventure Zone is good stuff. The McElroys, they know what they're doing.
Kayla, the one who has the same bedspreads as us, her and Agent Ben, thank you for releasing.
Did you say Asian Ben?
Agent?
I heard Asian.
I heard
Agent
Asian
Ben.
I
Ben.
heard agent.
Um,
I'm on your side this time.
yeah. Thank you for releasing and keeping us involved. Yes, we are ready for volume 2, but the build-up is like waiting for Christmas.
Oh.
And re-listening to old episodes, knowing the ending gives us a whole new look on it, that's great to hear. Speaks a lot to Reed's DMing. Alyssa says, since I've been able to talk to Reed and Josh through Discord, so I don't feel too disconnected. It does feel odd not having anything to look forward to each week, though.
Well, I would encourage like a pet or a hobby or something. Like,
You can get a pet and name it Reed.
actually,
Ooh, you could. A fish.
you don't need any more cats. But just like that's pretty. That weighs pretty heavily on me too. Like literally every Friday goes by, and I get a calendar alert that says like, post the episode, Mike, update the website, and it's I always just close it, and I just like get a little sad. So like it's a constant reminder to me too. Like, yep, one more Friday where we don't have anything. And again, that's a bad thing, because we needed the break, we deserve the break, and what we're coming out with is really strong. But like I said, I don't think anyone feels the pressure and the anxiety of like looking forward to the release of volume 2 than the 5 of us. So.
And for anybody who doesn't know, the Discord is totally open. It's fan run, so we actually don't run it.
Nope, not affiliated with the show officially.
But we're on there every so often. Mike occasionally pops in as different names. Nobody knows who he ever is.
True.
So I'm throwing Mike under the bus there.
Yep.
But yeah, we're on there occasionally to chat and stuff. So, and honestly, it's a great place for the community. I've really enjoyed watching you guys develop and grow, and new people are jumping in every single week.
Which is, I think that's probably the most incredible thing I've seen in this downtime, is that even because I was kind of worried knowing that we were taking 3 to 6 months off while we developed a new thing. I was really worried that if, as new people did discover the show like later and they were going through stuff, that there would be no one there to like share that excitement with them, because that was always a really fun thing on Fridays as episodes were released, is seeing everyone's response on Twitter, seeing people's response in the Discord, like going crazy for the new stuff, like, oh, I wonder what this means, or oh, that's like it all built up into this, which is really fun. I was really worried that wouldn't exist, but that's been totally not the case. Like, someone will tweet at me, say, hey, I'm on this episode, just wanted to drop you guys a line to say like what you're doing, and like 6 people will jump in and be like, welcome to the family. But like some people even come in with the Discord link, be like, you can talk about the show here. Glad to have you on board. It only gets better, blah blah blah. So like it's really cool to see how the community has stuck around, and a huge reason for that is all of you guys and like your dedication to the show, even beyond its 156 episodes. Like you're still like just as big a fan as the show as you were when it was like still producing weekly.
Right on. We got a question. What are each of your favorite quotes from Volume 1, and why is Brenna threatening to poop on Greg's hammer?
Okay, well, first of all, everyone poops. Natural place to do it is on Greg's hammer.
Yeah.
I actually don't remember the context of that conversation.
I don't either. I think one of my favorite quotes was, "Oh, my chicken."
when Mike was trying to bluff his way into the bar.
He just randomly instigated the chicken being lost, pretending it's his chicken all of a sudden.
That was that's OG.
Is that
a
the
deep cut.
pecan? Sandy pecan?
Was that
No,
it?
not
No,
no,
that's the orphanage.
That was when he pooped as a horse. Was the Sandy pecan?
Oh,
yeah.
That's right.
That was a great moment.
Oh, that's right. It was like episode 7 or 8, trying to like weasel his way into the orphanage.
And then the dialogue that Brenna and
dude.
Greg have there is some of my favorite because it's so back and forth real quick. Where she's like, "You're being weird," and he's like, "This kid's being weird," and it was really
yeah, I do like that.
that was fun. Anybody else got a favorite quote?
Favorite quote?
It's so.
I love joshing around.
Yeah.
Facebox was not bad.
Facebox. Fat Gary.
Ain't
Any
time I
of
got
that.
made fun of.
Yeah.
I love the line Sherwood says to Brenna, I think about Greg. He says, I don't want to go with him. He called me a doo-doo head.
Yeah.
And not because the line's particularly that funny, but because he says it in character instantaneously based on something Kelsey made up just right on the fly. And so like that exchange is just super great. I love that whole
I
conversation.
think that was the height of our improv mic.
we were totally in character.
We are Pete so
Yes,
hard.
There was one moment where Danny, like with Akio, finally got really serious for a moment, and he looks at Brenna and he's like, "I need to tell you something." And Kelsey's immediate response was, "Please don't say you have feelings for me."
I forgot about that.
That was really good.
She didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, that was really good.
Oh gosh. Yes.
Even though people have been shipping you two for like the beginning of the
Oh
show.
my gosh, yeah, it's like, oh, they're both human. Like,
Josh is a little upset about it.
I'm not upset about it.
Liar.
You were for a bit.
You were.
If there was
were.
anybody,
There was-
I felt it.
There was
I felt it
Don't
too.
even talk
when the
about it.
conversation like became like more and more serious, or just like it was happening more and more regular. Josh would be like, "No, it's okay, guys. She doesn't need to be in a relationship with it. She is."
she's a strong woman, our own, strong, alone.
I mean, if she wanted to be a thinner one, she wouldn't have to be a human. It could be anyone, even a dwarf or something. I don't know.
It's really funny because the only person that ever shipped Brenna and Sherwood is Josh's mom.
Oh, that's awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
She didn't really like Sherwood.
She liked us
Greg
together.
and Brenna. Sorry.
She really.
Oh.
I meant
Yeah,
Greg
feels
and
bad.
Brenna.
I was like,
Sorry.
she told me one day, she goes, I think Mike's really funny, but I just don't like Sherwood. And she goes, you know who I really like? And I was like, who? She goes, the Colonel.
Bad judge of character.
Oh,
That
dude,
can't
that's
be
so
right.
She
awesome.
liked the Colonel even though he called you fat.
Oh yeah, she didn't mind it at all. They're just good-natured old man.
Oh, that's so great.
Well, I don't know if good natured is the correct terminology.
Cass says,
So
"Oh yeah,
bad.
guys, send us
Fake.
your favorite quotes. Send us your favorite quotes. I'll read them on
Yeah, we
stream."
want to
Stolen mask.
remember the good old days.
Cass said one of her
I'm
favorite
triggered.
quotes was from Akio when they're by the rift, and Sylvana says, "You still have a purpose," and Akio says, "Still."
Got him.
Oh my gosh.
foiled your little plan, Maynard.
Yeah, you're like floating above him like 10 feet off the ground. You're like,
Maynard.
and you call him like May Turd or something.
Turd, yeah.
Oh my god.
That was the best rivalry of the entire show.
Oh man, Maynard v. Akio. Or that one guy, was that the guy that cast Gaius on you?
Oh, did we include that in the behind the scenes audio?
Oh.
The laughter around when Gaius was happening.
That was one of the funniest things because that's what I'm thinking of.
It totally took us
I remember.
off.
I think I edited some of that out because it felt a little inappropriate. But
You casting like fly on yourself or something and like just floating above the ground, just out of reach of that guy.
that was so funny.
And he like tried to lasso you. It was like that was the most like fumbled wizard interaction of all time. Oh, that was so weird. What was that guy's name? He was like the bodyguard.
It was Maynard.
Was the interaction?
I had
Okay.
his wand after we killed him.
That's what. Oh, that's right. That was that +3 one.
Yeah, that's what made my spell
Yeah.
so awesome.
That's why you just like. I guess I'll just do cantrips because they're super strong.
Yeah.
Gosh, I forgot about that.
My personal favorite dialogue, this is from Muffin Man, was the speech Brenna and Akio gave Grayek to convince him not to go to Burgess. Oh, right on.
Yeah, that was a very like poignant moment of 0 lulls, but 100% RP, and it was very strong.
Yeah. And honestly, that was like Dan had some like super cogent lines there. Like
For once.
he like woke up. He just woke up and was like,
Just kidding.
I guess
Can't.
I'll be
He
serious.
just kicks the door down. All right, guys, I'm ready to play. Finally.
His brain got hit in the right spot because he became super eloquent.
we finished recording the final episode. We wrap it. We're done. Then Dan goes, Dad, no.
Akio shrugged
Uh,
by Ayn Rand.
that was we got some great memes out of that.
That's
moment.
true. We did get some great shrug memes. Oh.
Ellen liked Milo's letter.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
I think so much of that was the delivery.
That was Mike. You really locked in with the whole like kid presence.
Yeah.
Sold it real well.
And the fact that I know you guys couldn't see this, but I'm sure it came across in just the delivery. But Mike had a card that he was reading from that had everything written out on it as if he were Milo. And he would even take points to pause and look up as if he was talking to the individual, like that he was delivering the line to, and then he'd go back to his card. It was just like, again, like no one saw that. It was for no one else except for Mike.
It was very real.
But it was just like super in the moment and in character. And it was so great.
The RP was real.
Yeah.
Method actor.
It's very method. Yeah.
Very method.
We had to call him Milo even out of recordings. It was very strange, but it paid off in the end.
All right, we're running up on about 10 minutes left.
Cool.
Reed, anything you want to tell the people about stuff they can expect in the near future?
Stuff we can expect in the future. Like I said, we got the human engineer coming. I'm considering doing like a tease release of some of the mechanics.
Like letting people test play it themselves.
Like maybe just like I don't know, like a couple.
That's not a bad idea.
A couple classes, couple races, and the augment system. Just to kind of like get a feel for stuff. I don't know. Like that would probably be exclusive to patrons, to be honest.
Have them sign an NDA or something.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but just like I don't know, kind of like how Cards Against Humanity, that you can just print the cards and play yourself if you don't want to buy them. It's just like something very just like on printer paper, no layout, no nothing, just text. Just to kind of get a feel for like what your guys' overall take is for the actual creation mechanic side of things, because like I said, I know that if I'm in my head on it too long, I'm not gonna be able to fully like see it from all angles. So I think just kind of doing a slightly more targeted release of some of the more behind the scenes stuff. You guys specifically, the patrons, could maybe look forward to something like that. So
cool.
I don't know. I'm still up personally to play a one shot in Danny or Kelsey's world.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to see in the downtime.
How about a little Halloween edition? Little
Danny,
Halloween
that's on
edition
you. I'm
one
busy.
shot.
Yeah.
I'm like Dan, you said you wanted to do a Western in a mining town. Like
Yeah.
Halloween is the perfect setting for something like
That's
that.
true. We could all
Everybody's
dress up
dead.
in
It's
cowboy
ghost town.
costumes.
Exactly.
We could live stream the game
Oh,
Like I said,
Ooh.
in costume.
I would love to see a one shot in this downtime DM'd by someone not Josh or myself. That's what
Mike's Funhouse.
that's what I want.
Dan, do you want to give anybody any hints as to what your next meal or?
Oh, it's gonna be burgers.
Oh,
It's gonna be burgers.
Pop-
Can we come over and
Blazing,
eat
Can we
blazing
be there?
burgers, blazing
hot
burgers.
burgers?
Does that like you need to have people
Egg
there
on
to
top?
test the
I
burger
think
to like
we
make sure
should
it's
come
good.
over
Yeah,
for
can we
one
come
of
over?
them.
Mhm,
I'll
mhm,
see if I can work it out.
I'm sure you can.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
So that's
I'll have some big announcements coming later next month.
Oh,
I think
We are not pregnant.
Oh,
Sorry.
Not pregnant.
yeah, I think in terms of like just overall announcements, stuff like that, things to look forward to. We got stuff on the horizon that is bigger than this show. If that's like, is that
Yeah,
accurate?
we got like 9 people in the chat. We can.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I think that you could say that.
Yeah, we got stuff coming that's bigger than just sneak attack. So I think that's really exciting. You guys will definitely hear more about that probably next month. Changes to maybe some formatting stuff coming for Patreon rewards as well. So just kind of like ear to the ground. If you get an email from us from Patreon saying like, hey, Sneak Attack posted something, you should probably keep your eye on that over the next like 30 days.
Mhm.
Just a heads up.
So,
Where are we at? 24?
yeah. But I mean, technically, we've been going like an extra 30 minutes. 'cause of
Yeah,
the-
I think we
pre-show.
should force Dan to stay an extra 30 minutes as punishment.
All right, Dan.
Dan, what's your favorite joke?
I think he has to completely entertain everyone for the next 5 minutes. The rest of us can just sit back and not do anything. It's all Dan.
To
Dan
be,
show.
to be
Don't be
fair,
shy.
you just did that. You did that for 6.5 minutes with your noodle show. So I mean, like, you only have to do 4 minutes now.
well,
You actually probably did longer than 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, it was a tight edit, but
Yeah.
The floor is yours, Danny.
how about that Call of Duty?
Call of Duty in the beta.
You should play with us.
I'm not entertained.
No. Mm,
No.
mm. Oh, I finished the book American Gods.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Really?
The genie was totally worthless to me.
Yeah.
Totally a worthless character because he
Oh, yeah.
just showed up in that one moment.
Yeah, it was a weird
Hmm?
moment. Though.
Yeah.
Talking about books.
It was really weird.
Talking about books.
But
not what I signed up for.
All
about
right,
that.
this is
like the
over
book.
with.
How about that Blizzard, Mike?
How about it?
Yeah.
I'm excited for BlizzCon. I'm all aboard the Diablo hype train again this year.
3
He's
years
the-
in a row, we're gonna be let down.
It's gonna be great.
no Diablo.
3 years in a row.
It's gonna be Diablo this year. so-
StarCraft.
What?
Okay,
No,
you're out of your mind.
no.
No.
There's been more recent StarCraft content than Diablo
Yeah, see-
content.
We're excited.
Very excited. People who know me know I'm big into Overwatch, so watching the Overwatch World Cup at BlizzCon gonna be very
That's
exciting.
always fun. Yeah.
Live tweeting every moment.
Oh yeah. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I apologize for all my football tweets. Actually, I don't apologize, but
Yeah, don't
Just-
not
apologize
sorry.
for
That's
that.
you, baby.
yeah, that's just me being me.
Sorry if you don't like them. You can unfollow.
Yeah, you can unfollow,
Unfollow or follow for follow.
follow.
It is interesting though when you've got a large enough audience that you know like how many people could participate with the post,
Yeah,
and then how many people don't.
yeah. No, it's like the best post I've ever had, like from either like Sneak Attack or personal Twitter is like 10%, like
Of your audience?
response.
Yeah.
Just 10% response. Obviously, like viewership engagement is probably like the best is probably in the 40 to 50% range. But in terms of just like even just clicking a like, the best you could expect is like 10%. So
Oh
when
yeah, that 10% is huge.
Yeah.
4% is average for
Yeah.
an active audience.
when I post something about football and it gets like one like, I was like, there we go. There's my guy. Yeah, it is funny to see those two worlds, which are wildly different, kind of overlap.
Yeah.
In this weird like Venn diagram, which is just like a little sliver.
Yeah.
And I'm right in that sweet spot.
She started Discord for that group.
You know, like I don't know. I love Discord and all like that, but it's so easy to just like get invited to 30 servers and all
Oh,
of a sudden
yeah.
you're like, what the heck? Why am I in so many servers? Leave. I have to purge every once in a while.
Well,
Cool.
We can probably wrap up. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're
We don't
good.
have to stick around right till 4:30. But...
Everyone go to Reed's Twitter and like one of his football posts.
Yeah, like my
Yes.
football post.
And-
Throw off the algorithm.
And comment, just say football.
Fight the algorithm.
Just say sports.
Don't
in
be
the
a
comments.
statistic.
Make them really confused in Santa Clara. It's like, what's going on over there?
Yeah, throw the ball in the thing with the other people on the fields.
But for real, guys, thank you so much for being loyal patrons, for following the show, for loving the show, for being fans. It's you guys are the best part of this show, and we really do appreciate you. I am beyond excited for Volume 2. I'm beyond excited for things even not including Volume 2. Like, there's so much going on right now that I wish we could talk for a full hour just on things that you guys don't know about yet. And I'm really excited to do that, but just not today. So be keeping an ear out. Seriously, I know, like, it's not just a hype for hype's sake. There's actual really awesome stuff coming very, very shortly that we just are not quite ready to talk about. So next month, it's going to be a very exciting live stream, I think, and really looking forward to it. So appreciate you guys. Like I said, everyone can say bye if they want.
Bye.
Hit them with a hard dab.
Deb,
Wait, Dan, you have to end this. one.
I can't end it. I'm way over here.
Oh, I'll do it.
Well, he started it. He
Thanks,
can end it too.
Danny.
Bye, guys.